levels 21 through 25. So 4 levels explained today. Last time we explained 5 levels. But yeah, but class 4, unsafe, unsecure, medium instant count is level 21. So basically, it's 22nd level of the Backrooms. This level contains 4 long hallways with randomly placed doors. So yeah, level 21 is a large level consisting of 4 hallways. These hallways are estimated to be about 26 miles of length. The hallways meet in the middle of the level. The center of the level is a small open square with chairs and desks. And these have never appeared in this area, but instead appear in the hallways. The hallways are soon to be ever-changing, shifting and shaping into something new every once in a while. These hallways can become impossible to navigate or be blocked off. Through these hallways are odd. And yes, there's one constant. The doors that repeat on either side of the halls are always there. These doors can lead to random places in the Backrooms, including negatives and sublevels. More often than not, they will cause you to appear somewhere else in level 21, or put you on a wall. On a wall? Why on a wall? Doors labeled 205 lead to level 0. 356 leads to level 356. Doors composed of sandstone can lead to 46. Label 34 level can lead to level 669. But that might actually be a pretty nice way to skip lots of the back rooms. So if you want to go to the trying to get into this level and you want to get to like a really high level in the back rooms, go to the 669. I'm not sure if it's deadly or not, but we'll check out sometime when we get there in years. But doors labeled with a smiley face lead to level 5. Doors labeled A through 20 lead to their respected levels. Unlabeled doors lead to level 1.5. Others can lead to random things that are not to be trusted. The hallways of this level are extremely dangerous, sometimes be filled with entities. The amount of entities and types is inconsistent. Clickers are relatively common here, though. Unknown entities have been spotted at this level as well. Random objects can also be found in the halls. These include almond water level keys and fire stalls. So, also another good reason to go into this level. Others have been spotted rarely. If anybody is found in this level, they are not to be trusted. Avoid contact with them at all cost. What? It is rumored that there is a door at the end of the one hallway that causes the hallway to get much longer than usual. The door has not been found, but it has been said that we have valuable resources and many aggressive entities. If this door is found, do not enter it at all costs. It's to be reported to the Meg. Discovery of the exit door. The ruined door has been found. It is within the hallway to the right of the front desk. In the middle, the door has a large neon red exit sign over it. The door, when open, leads to 3 dark hallways. These hallways do not shift and have many valuable resources that spawn in them. Entities can appear in droves, noted for being strangely organized. While these halls are infinite, subtle changes in each side of the door's designs can be observed, as repetition in the pattern of doors can increase with the instability of the halls themselves. These repeating doors do not contain resources and only lead to sublevels and unnumbered levels. It is advised not to explore this part of level 21. Right? Even though they can get way more resources, it's just not risky unless there's like one they're like right where you open the door, and then you can grab whatever is there, close the door, and never look back. Alright, guys? But like, the Backrooms is real, but no basis. And various tears in the walls of level 13 can be entered to reach this level. These warp tears, well, they encounter occasionally on level 11, 9, and 6 are most stable in between level 13. This level, notable for emitting a high-pitched whine. The link between levels is unknown. This level can also be entered for level 1.5 by random chance from no climbing, which explains why there was level 1.5 door from there. Many exits have not been. Oh, okay. I was like, wait, what? But let's go to level 22 now. And we're not gonna do this backroom series explaining stuff in like maybe until like next month. Sorry. Well, this is in that next month. All right, I don't have time to make one of these right now. So yeah, but this ruins left behind. Oh, we're gonna get, I think, to our first environmental hazard level. Survival difficulty level class 5E environmental. God damn it. Anyways, unsafe, unsecure, non-hinted hazards. Level 22 was some point an infinite average looking car park, which at some point taken over and abandoned by a society that inhabited it. It was initially discovered in 1925. Okay. Upon its first discovery. Description. Level 22 was initially nothing special. It took the appearance of 20th century multi-car park, which was filled with various park cars and shopping trolleys, all of which used to be full of building supplies and food. Due to the infrequent amount of hostile entities in level 222, this location acts like a hub as there are countless groups and individual communities. In 1987, level 22 was declared a small micronation, becoming independent of any other faction within the other levels of the Backrooms. From then on, the micronation within level 22 continued to grow rapidly. By 1990, most entrances to level 22 have been closed by its inhabitants, with this group officially isolating itself and giving itself the new title of unstable. What does unstable mean? Oh, okay, that's just a group name. Alright. Good to know. While unstable began negotiating trades with both the MEG and BNCG. Okay. In 2012 and 2016, respectively, this independent faction would very rarely allow those who are not part of the group into the level. Because of this, very little is known about the faction's members' economy, political structure, or general day-to-day life. From what few studies were done, the community had a rigid caste system. Caste? Is that caste or caste system that divided inhabitants into families. These different groups would each work on different floors of level 22. Each group would have a variety of tasks to fulfill, with each one giving a fraction of their total resources reduced to the floor above, keeping whatever was left for themselves. Well, it is unknown who found him stable. It is known that the three individuals who were the flagships of the empire's creation, they as well as others lived on the highest floor of level 22, sporting a surprisingly lavish lifestyle given the conditions and environment. They are known as to have Wi-Fi leisurely devices like pool and football table, or somehow able to set up functioning electric cookers for meal prepping. Nice. For the lower floors, however, life was a lot more difficult. Floors that were around 10 to 15 stories from the top enjoyed easy, albeit boring lives. All residents on these floors had tents, shacks made of wood or the mined concrete, as well as select few residents possessing cooking appliances like the ones on the top floor. Those that did not possess cookers lived off of the food of the others, or fruits and crops while they periodically harvested. Wait, how the hell did they get fruits and crops? It's a fucking... Bro, it's like a literal car parking lot, bro. How do you get how do you get grass? How do you get soil? How do you get the fucking fruit and crops? No, never mind. thinking too hard on it. It's Backrooms anyways. Most cookers could have easily been obtainable. It just doesn't inform how Wanderers and still obtain crops for the first time. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We generally accept the theories that before all cookers could have been easily obtainable. It's far okay. Let's get obtaining crops for the first time. They generally accept the theories that before M stables collapsed, access to the level in which Wanderers could cultivate the plants that existed, which allowed Wanderers to form a gateway between levels, which proved to be convenient for farming. This theory can also offer a possible suggestion as to what jobs the citizens of M stable used to do to make a living in level, which solidifies the theory's basis even further. At the bottom of the M stable's empire, below the 16th floor, life was extremely impoverished and hard. I'm guessing that means something about hard, right? Recovered diaries and notes write about how the many would flee down even more floors in hopes of going to another level. Information on these lower depths is sparse, with a lot of the info being taken from found diaries or photos. Many of the population would starve at these depths, oftentimes relying on the benevolence of the floors above to be mindful and not take too much food and supplies as to leave enough for themselves. They barely had any tents or separate homes, resorting to living out in the open in sleeping bags, or frequently without anything at all. The system was inevitably exploited by the higher floors of level 22, paying more from the lower floors, while also giving less to those above. This led to the need for the third-party trade deals, which these deals were ultimately unable to save M stable from their collapse, which prompted the majority of the population to leave the level in search of a better life in other levels. While the true reason for the fall of M stable is unknown, it's widely accepted the main reasons for the fall in its societal I cannot speak system, and also the slow decline of level 22's structural integrity due to all the mining and scavenging of the level's supplies and natural concrete. Many of the walls supporting pillars, ceilings, and floors began to lose stability. All this culminated into the level's eventual collapse, which has made it so that the large parts of the level are either inaccessible by conventional means or just difficult and dangerous to access in the first place. Today, level 22 resembles an abandoned and destroyed car park. The ground is littered with rubble and girder poles, creating extremely unsafe walking around. Cars and abandoned tents can occasionally be found while traversing through this level. Majority of these cars are rusty and covered in dust, while their physical condition is oftentimes very poor. Most cars are torn to shreds. The only remains of them being only husk of what they were once 50s era cars. The previously mentioned tents are also known to house the former inhabitants of M stable, especially on the lower floors, who were able to escape when the level was irreversibly broken. Traversing level 22 is extremely difficult and unsafe, which has made it so that most wanderers avoid the level due to its lack of structural integrity. Structure of level 22 is unstable, and the stray debris can easily cause one to trip and injure themselves on the concrete, rebar, or destroyed automobiles. Apart from this, there are countless large gaping holes within level 22. These holes are often extremely deep, suggesting these spots are where mining occurred, while one can never climb up or down these holes to reach new areas. Doing so is heavily unadvised due to the inherent risk of free-form climbing, with many recorded accidental deaths occurring due to wanderers attempting to do so. Anyways, they're covered. Pause the read, guys. Alright, okay. Random buff MSA was only active community level 22. None have risen since its collapse for obvious reasons. Entrances and exits. Due to MSable's initial efforts to burn up all the entrances to level 2, many of the old exits have been lost or have ceased to exist. However, after the collapse of level 2, 22, no exits have arisen. So level 22 can be accessed from both level 21 and 23. Both of these are new exits that are created due to the falling rubble and loss of structural integrity, creating holes in the floors of level 21 and the ceiling of 23. Alternatively, a bit earlier, some of the original entrances to level 22 can be found. It can be accessed by finding a glass door within level 1, taking exit ramps off of level 69. Now, I personally would never go to level 69. It's not because it's funny or anything like that. It's because it's actually one of those dangerous levels. Also, if you're scared of spiders, you should probably never go to level 69 anyways. So, yeah. Or finding an exit in the center areas of level 170, negative 172. Exits. Level 22 can be exited by using previously mentioned exit entrances to the level from level 21 and level 23. No original exits at level 2 existed before the collapse have been found. However, successfully no clipping for cars or debris can lead to level 817. Oh. Well, that makes it kind of good. Might be a little bit a good idea to do that, to get to a really high level in the Backrooms, but I would not even suggest going to level 22 in the first place, though. So, the Petrified Garden. Class 4, question mark, unsafe, overgrown, medium entity count. Whoa! I love this. This is new. This is a new classification. Level 23s. 24th level of Backrooms. What? Is that a showing a base ceiling? What the fuck? Okay, I thought that was a giant bug head or something. No. If we look at like the top right corner, it's not. It's just something else. Like, yeah. But anyways, as the petrified, otherwise known as Petrified Garden, is a massively planetoid-sized superorganism comprised primarily of several intertwining tree specimens, resembling those found in the front rooms, despite having a gravitational pull extremely similar to that of Earth. The Meg estimates the surface of area of 2020 degrees, approximately the same as the dwarf planet Ceres. Travel throughout the level is possible due to pockets of air and winding tunnels inside the level's surface. Similar to a large cave system, most entities live underneath the surface in these areas. The level contains bulbs, hounds, clumps, smilers, death rats, male and female death moths, giant moths, and Corabiritiabart. Okay. Oh god. Yeah. And also several unknown entities live in this glow room, in the groom rooms that resemble front rooms. Animal species research on them is currently underway. Wranglers also can be found, although really rare. Don't want to find out what an wrangler is, guys. The surface of level 23 is extremely dense forest that lets little to no light through. There is no day or night cycle in this level. The star is visible in the sky above the surface canopy, but it never changes position, and even when it's traversing the surface of the planet, But the Meg has determined that the entire planetoid is permanently bathed in sunlight from all directions. Which I don't know how that's really possible. There's only one fucking star. Like, there should be. I think there's actually 2 stars or something, maybe. Or this could be the Backrooms weirdness. But the trees that comprise level 23 are extremely variegated. Their front room counterparts come from all different types of habitats. Some of the common trees in level 23 are Douglas, firs, aspens, mahoganies, redwoods, cedars, cypresses, and white oaks, though many trees are exotic, endangered, or even extinct in the front rooms. In addition, several trees have been seen that cannot be identified as any known species of tree from the front rooms. Wow. Glow rooms. On the surface level of the level, there are several large open caverns where trees inside the level may grow into and sprout leaves. These caverns are lit by inanimate entities called Garner stories. The stories act like very similar to glowworms and are bioluminescent, showcasing a variety of different colors. They get their names from the strange sounds they emit at all times, which sounds like the voice whispering, sounds like voices whispering sorry, which is kind of creepy. These rooms are large enough to appear like underground forests, in addition to trees, much smaller flora with 5 years, such as glowing fungi and bushes. There's really damn cool in these places, and these areas house the highest concentrations of entities. And we got been going to the ancient ruins in Berry centuries. The strange part of the glowworms is that many abandoned ruined structures can be found deep within these forests. These structures are almost always grown and covered in moss and fungi. They bear an uncanny resemblance to famous front rooms buildings, but with significant differences. A pyramid of the Lighthorse of Alexandria. Did I even say that? Okay, never mind. A spherical Great Pyramid, a square Colosseum, and a triangular Parthenon have all been found. Whew, that's a mouthful. Inside these ruins are multiple artifacts that bear a resemblance to historical artifacts across many periods from the front rooms. The most common artifact is pottery, but some damaged paintings and cloth have been found. One thing that these artifacts all have in common is that they are significantly worse in quality in their front rooms counterparts. Writing, usually in the form of faded, hastily made messages, can be found in the walls of these ruins. These words are always written in Latin. No building resembles any structure built later than 1000 AD. What time period is that? Okay, never mind. Have been found on this level. The Berry Sentries. When inside level 23, it's highly advised you do not utter the words, "It's only a matter of time." Doing so will awaken the Berry Sentries. These entities are thought to be trapped inside the walls of wood and bark, unable to do anything but scream. Upon uttering these cries, the sentry will proceed to do just that. Depending on the number of sentries within the earshot, their swelling sound can be loud enough to burst eardrums. Several wanderers have reported that the screams sound like rusty chainsaws cutting wood. So, not good for your ears. Just don't say those words, bro. Also, how did they even figure out this? How did they figure? Did they read something? Did someone who's Latin, who speaks Latin, be able to hear this? Oh well. The Heart of Water. The core remains the most unexplored part of the level. It has been reported to be hollow. Spherical ceiling encloses the core, supporting by the trunks and branches of the green giants that grow from the center. Some trees grow downwards into this space, whilst others grow out of it. This area of the level is luscious, housing strange flora and the fungi that cannot be found anywhere else. Several species of exotic wildlife dwell on the massive branches of the giants that extend into the open air. The very center of the planetoid is its heart, the Heart of Water, surrounded by entangled roots and of the giants. The heart is a massive water reservoir that feeds the entirety of the fucking level. This water is absorbed by the giants and expelled through their leaves into the open cavern above. Then the roots of the trees on the ceiling take in the condensed water vapor and ferry it into the glowworms. More water vapor is released into the rooms, which is collected by both the roots of the trees growing on the surface and the roots of the trees growing downwards back in the core. God. By using bioluminescence from the stories and natural permanent sunlight, these trees gain enough energy to survive. The gardeners failed Earth. The fallen plaque was found at the base of the ruins of the Great Spear. In one of the glowworms, it has been roughly translated from Latin. The architects. Alright, let's see green giants. The green giants are massive trees that grow out of the core of the planetoid. They're taller than the tallest trees in the front rooms. The largest green measuring approximately 3.2 kilometers and tall and 60 feet. And 18.3 meters like wide. Or is it miles? I don't know. But anyways, the green giants are responsible for supporting the inner ecosystems of the planetoid, both by disturbing water vapor to the other trees and providing habitats for other flora and fauna to live. I know how old these trees are, so as no attempts have been made to cut them down. These trees are essential to the stability of the level, but this must not be tampered with. But why? Just cut it down, bro. I know it'll take probably 10 years, but still cut them down, bro. Anyways, the following plaque. Okay, we dedicate this great spear of Giza to the great wanderer in hopes of forgiveness for the great wrong we have committed over your purple eyes turned green. We have started to return to the earth, forgotten and overgrown. Our only hope is that, alone and petrified, we will not disappear as architects of a failed project. Okay, that's weird and concerning. But anyways, exploration for energy research. Okay, we're not doing the bases, but you can pause to read. All right, you can just pause to read that. Anyways, entrances and exits. Level 23 can be entered from a massive hole trees found in level 37 and 47. I mean, I guess it would be I feel pretty cool to in this level. So if you know it is a question mark 4 difficulty, I still feel like it would be kind of cool to go here. So, but you can't stay in here forever because I don't think they're seeing resources, especially for the foliage and also the water down there, but in the core. But there's also another hollow tree entrance in level 135 that will lead to a base seedling. Level 23 can also be entered through a hollow log-shaped structure in level 121. Upon entering the water reservoir at the core of the level, you will be randomly no-clipped in the middle of the ocean in either level 7 or 121. So in either 121 or 7, if I would do that to get to 121, it might be a good idea. Just what's the classification? Okay, yeah, that's actually really good idea. That's actually an extremely good idea, guys. Go to 121, bro. I would try it. There's also a chance to no-clip into one of the exhibits in level 43. We'll be there at some point. In the center of the base seedling, there's a hollow tree that will take you back to level 135. This access serves as a two-way gateway between levels 135 and 23. So yeah, let's go to level 24. Oh, this is actually a nice level. Unlike level 14. Yeah, this is actually a pretty good level, I think. Now, the reason why I say level 14 is unlike, this level, is because level 14 is like a little hell. It's hell. You cannot escape from it. You're fucking cooked if you're going to level 14. Never, ever go to level 14. If your life depends on it, never, ever go there. It's really dangerous. and it tries to trick you going there. Never ever go there. But anyways, we'll go back. Let's get to classification, reading, and explaining level 24. Yay! Anyways, level 24 is a class 1 difficulty. It's safe, secure, and has a minimal entity count. I think there's only one entity. Only one. Alright, anyways. Level 24 is a plastic scale model of the front room solar system composed of a high-density polystyrene. I butchered both of those, didn't I? But blend in lead paint calculations based on the measurements and substitutional observation made from within the level, estimated as a 1-to-1 scale representation of its lightness. As of 2020, the night of the 24th, there's a total of 11 observable celestial bodies: the sun, moon, and 8 of the 9 known planets. Yo! They include Pluto as a planet! Let's go! Let's go! Yes! Yes! Oh my god! W's. Yeah, they included Pluto as a planet. But that might mean that Pluto's not in that. But they did say 9 planets. And the 9th planet is Pluto. So I respect their decision for saying that. Bro, that's just... Anyways, let's probably get to the next paragraph. Currently, the only accessible celestial body is the moon, with an estimated surface area of approximately 38 million kilometers. The upper layer of the moon is comprised of roughly 30 million of lead-based light-grade paint. God, my nose is really stuffy. Okay, never mind. Despite appearing like the moon, observers experience standard gravity while within the level, although it is a fairly fully fabricated environment. The moon experiences 2 forms of meteorological phenomena: the brief rain-like mist consisting of highly toxic mix of water and various surface currents. I thought it was a class 1. First-hand accounts of this mist claimed it was pungent lemon smell. Prolonged exposure, especially when accidentally ingested, has led to nausea, vomiting, and severe cases exhaustion and muscle weakness. Spray is caustic nature has been divided as an ineffective disinfectant when diluted. What the fuck is diluted? Oh, okay. Well, I can figure it out sometime, I guess. A sandstorm consisting of a dry slurry of skin cells, plastic particles, bacteria, lead, hair, and fibers. The scale of individual particles is far beyond normal parameters. Especially those with allergy to dust mites may experience varying levels of discomfort during and several hours after these events. Both weather conditions have been observed directly tied into one of the 2 known entities that reside within level 24. See entities Bewaford. Alright, we'll get to that. We'll get into that soon. The area surrounding this model is theorized to be designed after a Victorian-style study. Due to its scale and the lack of adequate equipment for viewing distant objects, the exact nature of these arrangements and their location remains unknown. The theory, as well as the presence of the astronomically scaled entities, has led to further theorization and I cannot speak that. The possibility of some form of size-based transfiguration occurring when entering and exiting level 24. Entities: pair of moonlights, southern Frigorous Basin, moon mites. They're really commonly found after a dust storm occurs. There are 3 species of mite that frequent level 24, but Paloma tripliculus, I'm not saying that, Farina, and Derma, I'm not saying that, and also not saying that. Despite these entities being far larger than its typical specimen, they are completely harmless and actively avoid areas with human presence. These mites typically travel in groups of 6 to 8 mating pairs, occasionally making shallow burrows and laying approximately 25 to 50 cream-colored eggs each. Though during short supplies, non-allergic staff can and have consumed these entities and entities in their eggs. Oh God! When speed perceived from within level 24, before appears to be an incomprehensibly large humanoid entity. The exact features of this entity are currently unknown due to its size and distance, but we are assuming to be vocalizations can be heard and felt when is present within the level, but all attempts at recording and translating these sounds have proven unsuccessful. On occasion, BO4 will approach the model, and at this time, one of level 24's 2 weather conditions may manifest. This entity is colloquially referred as BO4 by the original BNTG mining crew, and has continued to be named such in honor of their sacrifice. Fuck do you mean sacrifice? The blue hole nicknamed Blue Hell by Mining Crew 1. Maple Blue. Wait, we promise it's Hell. Mining Crew's unofficial motto. Okay, must be how they. Oh. Oof. Was the first attempt at a sustained operation within level 24. Internally is considered one of our group's most unmentioned disasters. Created for the purpose of mining plastic for reuse, the project was met with issue from its inception. Below are transcripts of reports detailing several major incidents that have occurred during its 4 years of operation. The Woo's minor interests. Well, okay, we're not doing that yet. BNT classic works. The new DNG entrances and exits. We're finally into exits and we can go to level 25, guys. The only consistent entrance to level 24, not controlled by BNTG, is through a painting of the moon found within level 57. It is theorized that looking directly upwards towards any full moon can... What? Am I reading that right? How the hell do you do that? You have to like a fucking ladder, like long. You need stairs that go up to the moon. In every level that has a moon in it, or I have the ability to fly. But human beings don't have that stairs that are like that tall and big, and they can't fly. So how do we do that? Anyways. Can lead to level 24, though attempts have very results. Yeah, tell me about it. The BNT entrances to level are closely guarded secret and only divulged to internal athletes with plastic works. The sole known method of leaving level 24 is through BNTG plastic works. Just follow the road to the main gate. The miners will show you the way out. Okay. Anyways, now let's go to level 25. The quarter hub. So, I guess... Wait, is there like an actual classification? Is this... Oh, okay. I think I'll just read this instead. Yeah, okay. So, I think I'm going to actually read this instead of that. This is... from some random guy, I think, who actually also been here, and also that's what they experienced. So yeah, but we're gonna do this instead. Excuse me. again, but that keeps happening. Anyways, Class 0, safe to secure, devoid of entities. Level 25 resembles a long abandoned facility, ransacked and looted video game and arcade building. It was initially discovered in 1207-17. Description: Level 25 is mostly comprised of large, echoey rooms that are often filled with arcade machines. These rooms are coated with constant yet thin layer of the dust on the floor, as well as the various ledges or shelves that can be oftentimes be found in nailed into the tall, often maroon painted walls. Interspersed within the gaming rooms of level 25, wanderers will often locate smaller, less inviting hallways. These back scene areas will often be empty, but though they have been known to infrequently contain boxes or old, long unsteamed and freezing boilers, the latter of which contains the usual expected vacuum supply such as almond water or general snack-based foods. While the entirety of level 25 is yet to be fully explored, it's similar to almost all documented levels. Level 25 rough length and width have been estimated to be some 8.5 miles from north to south and about 9.2 miles wide from east to west. Arcade cabinets. There are no bases, by the way, but level 25 is mainly occupied and decorated by video game arcade machines, resembling those to the early to mid 1980s. An extremely large majority of them have been ransacked, scavenged, and otherwise bent or broken in a variety of ways and methods. Oftentimes, entire rooms of this location are littered with these deactivated or battered down video game cabinets. These machines, the machines that do work, which is about 1 in every 1,500 machines, which that's a really low chance, are retrofitted with the capacity to take their current user to a predetermined level of the back rooms simply by inserting coordinates into these cabinets and interacting with them. And an item that can be found rather than commonly within the boxes and corners of level 25, the user will be teleported into the level of the backrooms. This trip is not a one-sided connection too, as another arcade machine will always be discovered either behind the wanderer or within around 100 feet of their current position. However, since these cabinets have simply been left out in the elements for a presumed long span of time, the functioning of them can often be patchy and irregular, with the cabinets tethered to level 10 having gone entirely non-functional to water damage. The arcade machines in levels they are tethered to not correlate aesthetic or namesakes. However, the Meg and other independent persons have been known to leave hints to the environment on the other side, or a simple level number anywhere on the device's entrances and exits. Level 25 entrance and exits are virtually identical, as the arcade machines tend to enter a leaf. Level 25 can be found both in this level and also in the other tethered levels. The unique entrance to level 25 is in level 4, whereby a single door resembling that of a janitor's closet can be occasionally be spotted in isolated small rooms of the aforementioned office level. Enter via the escape route in level 12. Saying "I'm so bored" in a dual voice in level 113 can also be used to enter this level. Well, the person who said "I'm so bored" after 113 levels, yeah, I guess the horror of all the levels would probably drain out like after 113 levels. So, and the person who discovered that, I guess I would also be bored if I just got used to all the scary stuff in the back rooms. I mean, I wouldn't really mind if I was in the back rooms, because the only thing I hate about the back rooms is the entities and also environmental hazards, but that's it. The liminal feeling, that would not bother me one bit. But, anyways, for access, however, arcade machines have been known to transport to the following levels. 0, 5, 9, 10, 11, 19, 24, 29, 37, 50, 90, 108, negative 120, 141, 150, 165, 188, 201, 790, and 888. Whew! Whew! Alright. You can also exit through a broken window to get to level 40 as well. Whew. Alright. And next up will be level 26, the SSS fun. But that's not today. But bye, guys!